Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gozi and this is Chat with Gozi. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. On this particular video, we're going to be talking about the scandal, yes, that has to do with debt repayment by Wanni or Wanni's management. And we're also going to be talking about Kellyraes space that he did. Now let's just get right into this particular video because it's a lot. Orowa, as the Yorubas will say. Guys. Remember in my last video, I had told you guys that Shade Room, BBN Shade Room, had posted Wanni, tell your management to pay Big Brother Shade Room their balance. More details soon. I'm giving this backstory so that those of you that did not watch my previous video can follow up with what I am saying on this particular video. He went ahead to post evidence of his PR contacts agreement that he had with apparently himself and Wanni's management. And from the chat, we can see what is written there is, good morning, my name is, cancel the name, that will be Precious. I am here to find some inquiries from you. I was wondering if we can pay you to be Wanni's PR on Facebook. We want to know fees for the weeks left. He also went on to post this saying, and this was apparently like on their group or something. He said, you guys don't want to pay my balance for the contract promotion I did for Wanni during the BBN show, abi? Wanni, get ready. Una they use me play, abi? No wahala. And basically, that was why he did what he did, of coming out to post all that and all that we saw. And basically, Wanni was being dragged, yes, saying that, she's owing, her management is owing, and she should go and pay. I remember in my last video, I had said that, okay, from what he had posted, I had not seen anything saying that it was the management that had contracted him. Basically, from what I was saying, it was more or less like a group of fans, yes, had contracted him. I never even drink water drop cup when I had seen this post made by, and I can see on the Wanni X handy, and what was written was, management didn't pay or ask for promotion from Shade Room. And then this chat was going round where some people were insulting the Shade Room, and this message went round. Nobody will pay Shade Room a dime. He should post his proof so we can post ours. The business is between Strategic Group and him. Wanni's management doesn't know him. That idiot can't bully anyone. He should go to bed. Now, apparently, it was actually a set of fan base known as Strategic Group. Yes, they were the people that contracted him and not Wanni's management. So if he's to drag that particular set of people and not Wanni or her management. Now, let's go on to what these people actually posted, because they came with the whole deal, their agreement and everything. Yes, and we're going to be talking about it all here. So apparently, this person, Big P, had posted. The person said, first conversation. He was very much happy to hear from someone from the fan base. Now, I'm going to be reading the two screenshots that she had attached to the post she made. The first one said, good morning and welcome. This is September 3rd. Yes, I've been expecting her team to reach out to me because she's someone I wish to work for. Sadly, she doesn't have a good PR on Facebook. Now, this is him talking. The second screenshot says, she will be my major job going forward. I will do my best to make sure our girl wins this show. You will see my work and you will testify of what Big Brother Shade Room can do. Do your part and leave the rest for me. The job is mine to deliver, and I will make sure Wanni wins this season Big Brother show. This person then continued again, this Big P, and said, on picture 3, we tried beating down the price to 300k. Note, nowhere was it said that management reached out to him. Now, let me read what picture 3 says. Now, this is the next day, September 4th, yes, and it reads, Good morning and welcome. I've been expecting her team to reach out to me because she is someone I wish to work for. Sadly, she doesn't have a good PR on Facebook. I will charge you 500k for the job because I can sell her easily to the public. She's a force already. What she needs is the good PR brand to create favorable agendas. Yes. Now, this part he had highlighted her good morning. My name is Precious. That's why at the beginning I told you that the name there was Precious. Now he continued by saying, Big Brother Shade Room is the best PR for this job and produce more winners over the years. The earlier we start, the better, thanks. Now, the Precious had commented saying, Good afternoon, thank you for your reply. Please, we are interested. Can I negotiate for 300k? This 300 is for whole show. Now, she continued on her post again on X and said, this was his explanation on why the 500k was a good amount for the job he would be doing. Now, let me read this fourth screenshot. So he had said, Good afternoon, I am running an entire season show for Wanni, including promotion of all her social media handles and management updates, and will cover for daily posts and hype until the end of the show. If you let me work the way I want to, be rest assured that Wanni is fully covered on Facebook. Please, just do your part and leave the rest for me. Let money not be an issue because I will sell her fully to the fans. I did not charge you much because I know I will easily sell her. Please, the 500k I charge is not too much for the job I want to do. Wanni would be #1 trend on Facebook. This promotion will also include creating a new fan base for her Facebook fans only. Her management will also handle a new Facebook WhatsApp group I will create and promote for her strictly for her voters. Lots of work, ma'am, so consider my rates, thanks. And she had responded saying, we will, talking to my people now. She continued with this whole screenshot thing and the rest. Now, she continued saying, this is the agreement which he agreed to after stating all he would do and us putting it in writing for his approval. The termination clause, we agreed on termination if any of the parties failed, which he didn't keep his own part of the bargain. Now, guys, in every agreement, see, listen, guys, before you enter into any agreement, make sure you have a lawyer with you. Make sure your lawyer properly advises you on any agreement you decide to go into. Because termination clauses are very important in every contract. Now, this is a contract stating when it was entered into, which is September 5th, 2024, the client's names and all that were blotted out, yes. And then we can see that they are to be referred to as parties and all that. All these parts is not even necessarily important. So they are basically the service provided is the service provider agrees to provide the following social media public relations PR services to the clients. Content creation, develop engaging content including posts, images, videos and other materials for social media platform. Campaign development, plan and execute social media campaigns aimed at increasing brand visibility, engagement and reach. Monitoring and reporting, monitoring social media channels, track performance metrics and provide monthly reports on the effectiveness. Influencer engagement, identify and collaborate with influencers to ensure brand reputation and reach. The term of the contract is September 5th to October 6th, yes. And then for the payment, it was agreed that a fee of 500k for service would be given. However, the client agreed to 300k the first time and then balance of 200k a week before the contract expires. And then payment is due within 4 days with receipt of the invoice. Yes, for expenses, any additional expenses incurred by the service provider in the course of providing the services, such as advertisement costs, shall be pre-approved by the client and reimbursed within 4 days of receipt of the invoice. Confidentiality. The service provider agrees to maintain the confidentiality of any confidential information provided by the client during this agreement and not to disclose such information to any third party without the prior written consent of the client. Now, intellectual property. The client retains ownership of all content, trademarks, and other intellectual properties provided to the service provider for use in the services. The service provider retains ownership of all methodologies, strategies, and processes used in the delivery of the services. Now, termination clause. This is the important part of this whole agreement. Number one, there are 3 termination clauses there. The first one, either party may terminate this agreement by providing days, that's providing number or days, written notice to the other parties. Simply saying that whether it's the client or the service provider, or either of them can decide to terminate this agreement, and all they need to do is to just give a written notice to the other party. Yes, they should give days notice to the other party. 2, in the event of termination, the client agrees to pay the service provider for all services rendered up to the termination date. Basically saying, after you have stated that you not do again, or either party, for example, now, if the clients now, if they're the ones saying, come, service provider, we not do again, what they need to do is to pay the service provider up to the dates that they've said they not do again. Then the third one, the service provider reserves the right to terminate this agreement immediately if the client fails to make payment or breaches any other terms of the agreement. Yes, meaning the service provider, Shade Room, can decide to terminate it if the clients, they decide to break any of the agreements reached or they did not pay. Before I continue talking about this whole thing, from everything going on, it is clear that Shade Room did not understand the agreement he was signing. And it's funny that I don't even know who presented who this agreement, but because what this Big P has said was that they decided to put it in writing. Now, it could be Shade Room that did it, it could be them that did it. Now, we don't know. You see why it is good to have a lawyer. I mean, why we say patronize us lawyers when you want to do any agreement? It got they like say we not know wetin we dey talk. Or talk 10% now where you suppose take lawyer. Now you don't go put yourself for wetin you not supposed to put yourself. Well, we'll get to all that much later and you understand what I'm saying. Now, for the indemnification, what is stated there is that the client agrees to indemnify and hold harmless the service provider from any claims, damages, losses, or expenses arising out of the client's breach of this agreement or any third-party claim related to the service provider. 9. Limitation of liability. The service provider shall not be liable for any indirect, incidental, or consequential damages arising out of or in connection with this agreement, even if advised of the possibilities of such damages. 10. Governing law. Basically, it is governed by the laws governing Lagos State, without regards to its conflict of law principles. Now, why that clause is there is because they already have explained to each other how they want their agreement to go and all that serere. See, guys, have a lawyer anytime you need to do any agreement. Let your lawyer go through that document for you. You get why? We have the entire agreement, which basically says that, this agreement is everything. It contains everything, all the discussions and agreements of the parties. Then we have amendment, which is basically saying that there shall not be any amendment to this particular agreement, except if it is done in writing and signed by both parties. Then we have the signatures and witnesses. Now, Big P continued by saying, when the strategic group contacted him, he said he has been waiting for us to engage him, admitting that the girl has what it takes to win. And his blog, being the biggest blog on Facebook, will make sure of that. The engaging contract stated contracts can be terminated if breached, which he breached. Yet the termination letter came with 2 days grace, but he still told us not to tell him how to do his job. Now, let's quickly pause there. Now, she is saying that he had even breached the agreement in the first place. And ordinarily, from that agreement that they had signed, a breach of the agreement requires that both parties or contract is over. Now, even as at that agreement still stated that, okay, another way to terminate the contract is that you can also send, you can also decide to terminate that contract by sending a written note now to the other party, which they did. And it was stated there that it has to be days notice. They did not specify how many number of days. What was just there is number and then days notice. And they had given him 2 days notice. And yet Baba said, they should not tell him how to do his job, even as they had terminated the contract. And remember that the last clause there stated that the money that is to be paid will be paid from the beginning of the contract till that time that the contract is terminated, which is that 2 days grace that they gave him, which the contract was terminated. That's when they are meant to pay him. Let me continue reading. So he said we should not tell him how to do his job, blah, blah, blah. That if it must be terminated, we must pay him for the negative content of them that he has in his DM. That was not part of the agreement. Plus, remember that clause saying that any addition to this agreement has to be in writing and signed by both parties. So this stuff that he's talking about cannot enter the agreement. Yes. Wahala. Also, the clause that states that all their understanding and agreement is contained in that document. So anything not in that document cannot fly right now. Let me continue reading, guys. That was not stated in the contract which he agreed to. Threatening to go back on them and ruin their image, the strategic team decided to let him do his worst. Shade Room should be refunding and not threatening anybody. Now, in case you don't know why this is stated there, is because they are meant to pay him till the day they ended the contract. So if that is the case, then they are to calculate the time he worked and all that, and then if there is refund, he's to give them a refund. Get a lawyer, come and contract me if you are doing any contract deal, because it get why may it not go hook you like bone hook person for truths. She continued by saying Wanni X Handy management never reached out to him and nowhere was that stated. All the promises he made, he kept none. Of course, he is Big Brother Shade Room, a shady person indeed. Now, so we all understand, non-performance of an obligation when it relates to contract is breach of that contract. Yes, which from their agreement leads to termination of the said contract. And they still went as far as also giving him notice just to make peace and all that. Yes, Baba said they asked for money. Well, she continued. She did not end there. She made another post saying, so after he got the termination letter, he started insulting anyone that reached out to him, saying, we can't tell him what to do. Your clients can't tell you what to do or how they want their job done. He was insulting and threatening fire and brimstone. Now, it's funny that a contract has already been terminated. In that contract now, there was nowhere that it was stated that the other party has to agree when the first party sends notice for termination. Simply meaning that if you like, may agree. If you like, may the other party not agree. As far as you have done the bid to send them a written notice, you are good to go. She continued by saying, clear conscience fears no accusation, so the strategic group decided to ignore him. But the threats kept coming in. He said, for him to agree to the termination, we will pay him for every negative content of the girls he had in his DM. The contract of engagement said both parties can terminate if the contract is breached. In the termination letter, there was 2 days grace as speculated in the engaging contract as well. But he said we should teach him how to do his job. I think she means we shouldn't teach him how to do his job. And then she had posted their conversation again, where she had even posted this morning. One more post for night coming soon. Thanks. That is him telling them now, and then his voice notes of him talking. Now I'm going to play that now for you all to listen to. Basically, they don't end contract with this guy, but this guy no agree end the contract. And he was basically threatening them that they need to pay for the damaging things that he has in his DM on top the girls. And he forgot that, as far as I'm concerned, he forgot that he signed an agreement with them, and basically they owe him nothing. But well, listen to what he had to say in these 2 VNs that you can see on the screen.
You guys should stop sending me these stupid messages you sent to me about promoting. See, I didn't come for you. I didn't come to you people to beg you for a job. Hope you know that. Understand? So stop sending me these kind of messages. You contacted me for a deal and I'm doing it. Don't stop telling me that you don't need my service again, something like that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Mine is that a week to the end of the show, I'm going to get paid fully. Understand? That's my own. Stop sending me this kind of stupid message. I don't need it from you. Understand? Unless you guys will pay me for all the posts that I ignored for her, all the negative posts I ignored, you pay me for all of them, which is 200k, and you send it to me. Then whatever you want to do is your business. Understand? So I'll keep doing my job until the end. So whatever it is you want to do is your fucking business. I don't care. Stop sending me this message. Understand? I'll keep doing what I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Then a week to the end, I'll send you my account details. It's very simple. So I'm not asking you whether you okay or not. It's not my business. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that. Forward this message to anybody you want to forward it to your team, to anybody. I don't know. I don't know how many of you that are there that you just wake up and send me stupid messages. Like, I don't give a fuck. Understand? If you guys don't want my service, then pay me my money. That's all. Stop telling me that you're going to come. I won't accept any single condition from me. You won't tell me what to post. None of you, including you, anybody, will tell me what to post. I will post the way I want to do my job. You understand? And that's how I've been doing for years. So stop sending me my page in a fan page. Stop sending me stupid messages. Please. Let me do my work, madam. Please. Thank you.
So you have heard it now. As far as I'm concerned, the guy is trying to get his balance of 200k. That's why he's saying that the negative content, they will need to pay him, and that's 200k. Well, she continued by saying, here is promised and stated what to expect. For emphasis, a voting fan page on Twitter. Now, I think this is a mistake because there was nowhere I saw that. Yes. Instead, what I saw is a voting fan page on Facebook. Yes, that's what was there. Secondly, promoting all social media handles, trending them daily, giving them positive promotion on Facebook, creating voting groups on WhatsApp. And all these, according to them, he failed to do. So basically what he was doing was just posting them on Facebook. Yes, he did not do the other things that he needed to do. That's partial compliance, which is still a breach. And it's either they terminate the contract outrightly, or they can then sue, like if we are going the whole law thing now, they can then sue for specific performance for him to actually perform all those things that he was meant to do. However, they chose to, you know what? There are other clauses in the termination clause. Let's just go with it. We go with this one, yes, but let's also have a backup and just write to you to let you know that, see, this thing is done. We're giving you a 2 days grace and all. Yet, Baba is still ranting. So at this point, guys, it is safe to say that this guy is just a joker. Yes, at least from what he had signed, from the agreements that they both reached, the guy is a joker. And what is meant to be happening now is not for them to balance him 200k, but for them to sit down and see who is meant to balance who. And with the looks of things, he is meant to do a refund of some amount of money, not to be asking for balance or threatening them or blackmailing them for them to pay him for the negative press or negative information he has in his DM on Wanni and Handy. For me, it does not even make sense. Even law related, it does not make sense. Yes, it does not make sense, let alone Kini. And he signed an agreement. I mean, his signature is on there. And he is also referring to that agreement. And the agreement he's referring to doesn't even favor him. So at this point, number one, he signed an agreement not with Wanni's management, but with the strategic group of Wanni and Handy. Basically, strategic group, that's a group of fans, basically. Yes. And when he signed this agreement with this set of people, he was required to do some specific things which he did not do. And the agreement was terminated. That's the agreement had ended. They had told him, come, oh boy, we don't want again. You did not do the things you were meant to do. Plus, we don't even want again. And that's it. Right now, guy is just being a joker and just looking for clout. And trying to blackmail these people. That's what I have to say about that. And this is me talking from a legal point of view because yours truly is a lawyer. Well, moving from that, I saw this on Twitter and I was like, what exactly is going on? Like, I don't understand. This person said, this is so scary. On top BBN, you all very wicked and cold-hearted. Ya Allah, please protect Wanni X Handy. This thing is bigger than it may seem. Now, what the person posted, what is written there is that some wicked haters of Wanni had a plan. We all know that Energy Squad and Sunny Shippers give Wanni food. So there was a plan of a hater to disguise as Wanni X Handy fan and give her and her twin food to kill them, in bracket poison. I haven't been breathing well since, so I'm like, guys, now I don't know how true this is, but if this is true, wow. On top Big Brother, is it that deep? I don't even want to believe this is true, because if this is true, come on, we need to do better. You want to kill your fellow human because of Big Brother Naija, a show that has finished, a show that the winner of the show is in good terms with the same person. Like, why on earth is this hate coming? Like, guys, fans and all, we need to all get a life, because I mean, what on earth is this? I beg, moving from this horrible news, I just hope this is not true, because if this is true, I just have to ask, where is our humanity? Like, well, moving from that, Kellyraes had his space today. Yes, he had his X space, that's his Twitter space, where he got to talk with his fans and all that. Now, personally, I couldn't really join that space because, I mean, the network was horrible. My network, in fact, my Sims were showing SOS. Network was terrible. But I came online and I saw recording and I saw what is it called, the fans just hailing themselves, K Squad, Namaste, and the rest, them hailing themselves. That, I mean, K Squad, there was an Indian person in the in the space, and he had invited Kellyraes to come to India and sing and all that. And they were just basically hyping Kellyraes and K Squad, yes, saying that they did not know they were that big. They have someone in India and they were doing the whole namaste, namaste and all. I had a good laugh, and then I had seen a post where this person had said, "Hey squad, thanks for the opportunity to speak in the space and to share my experience. I love our squad entirely. Always so engaging and rocking. Kindly give all your support to me. And of course, I am not a bot. Kellyraes with the love emoji." I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. And Kellyraes fans, the K Squad, they've just been going with this. They are so excited. I mean, for them, they are international now. Yes, like everybody in all parts know them. So what more can they ask for? And this space, even with the whole network thing, had a view or hair of 90K viewers and all that, participants. Now, Kelly had posted, he said, "Hey fam, I'm truly sorry about the network issues during the X space earlier. I know many of you were looking forward to it and I appreciate your patience. I'll be rescheduling the space so we can connect properly. Thanks for your understanding and I'll keep you updated on the new time." Yes, because that space really couldn't happen because of the whole network glitch and all. Well, that's all I have for you guys on this particular video. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. I love you all. Bye, guys.